So let me get this straight. We have another attempt on the former president's life. And not only that, these two guys have something in common. They were both in propaganda videos for the left. Now, help me understand that. Not only that, we're going to talk about a little bit more details that have emerged on this one event. But then there's something you're missing too. There's the whistleblower complaint that Kamala knew all the answers for ABC. What world are we living in when we see America's politics, this two-party system, this freedom-oriented leader of the world, trying to basically jail our opponent, assassinate our opponent, and now ultimately just completely upright cheat? Where are we at? Let's talk about these things today. Hey guys, welcome to The Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's okay, but let us know what you think about the content of today's video. Again, please remember to subscribe because we do a giveaway each and every month. We'll be doing a giveaway in about a week and a half or so, and all it takes is you subscribing, commenting, and give us a thumbs up. Hundreds of dollars worth of goods. We're going to be giving away a survival packet this month, and we'll go over that a little bit more in the future. Now, let's talk about the two big stories. Big whistleblower complaint came out about Harris having inside information on the questions and help narrate what questions they would be. Now, the sad thing is, and we're going to go deeper in this, it's gotten lost in the news. Being such a bombshell report, it's gotten lost in the news because, again, the second attempt on the president's life, or former president's life. Now, we're going to talk about that second attempt, but let's go a little bit deeper because I think we're missing out on this story that has been signed, a signed affidavit, where the whistleblower is saying, I'm willing to show that I'm not going to perjure myself, and I'm willing to go before a court to show that she had inside information. It says the Kamala campaign is in big trouble now. The whistleblower affidavit that has been released showing that ABC colluded with the Kamala campaign. This is a textbook move to show what cheating really is. To me, this guy said it right, a guy named Travis. He said this is complete fascism. And you cannot tell me that this is honest ways of getting elected. Now, I know there's some crooks, serving as politicians. Most of them have probably done some crazy things to get there. But come on, people. I mean, the fact is that she may have inside information of these questions. You can talk about the earring thing all you want, but if you know the answers and you memorize the answers based on the questions that you knew what was going to be asked, you've got it licked. Now, again, all this is allegedly because we have to say that now, but I want you to do a little digging. What we've done, though, is we've passed it off and said, well, that's not a big story because of all the other stuff that's happened. And yes, the second attempt on Trump is way bigger than this. But what is the breaking point of how far Democrats will go to win? I want you to ask yourself that. Or let me ask you this. I'm going to change it around. What is the breaking point for the uniparty? Not the Democrats, because there's some Republicans, or quote-unquote Republicans, they're rhinos, that are standing with the Democrats and ultimately not wanting him to win. What does Trump know, and what can he do so bad to these people that they're willing to go through all the lengths of cheat, through, I'm not going to say this other stuff, but, lawfare? Think about this now. Dick Cheney is now friends with the Democrats. All the while, the Kennedys, the real true Kennedy, is standing with the Republicans, or standing with the conservatives, or the MAGA. Come on, where have we got? This is such a topsy-turvy time. I know every time they say this election has so much, has so much problems and could cause a lot of issues, and it's the most important, and this one actually may be. Another thing I think Elon Musk said that I thought was so huge, he said, this is the only time in my history where I can actually see that there can be some changes made. And All In Podcast, he was speaking on All In Podcast, and he said, they asked him, they kind of pushed back, and they said, well, have you talked to Trump about this? And he said, actually, me and Trump's had long conversations about this, that he wants to deregulate. He wants to change the way America does business. Well, that might be why they're threatening him so bad. That might be why they're cheating with whistleblowers, complaining that with the whistleblower report showing that Kamala had all the answers to the ABC debate. Now, the reason she probably wants to debate again is because she could probably do the same thing. If she can pull it off once, I guess she can pull it off again. So tell me, how can we stand and know that we have the integrity of the election when we have 3 months worth of voting, 2 months worth of voting, closed-in situations where you can't see the votes being tallied, ballot harvesting? I mean, there's so many things that makes me say, okay, we better win in a landslide to overcompass all this cheat, all this craziness that's going on. Now, as we transition from that, I think the biggest part of this is how far Trump will go, because I think he's a 78-year-old man who is a billionaire. He's already been president, but now he's going to serve. If he does serve, he will be serving the last stint that he can serve at the highest point ever. Not only that, he looks for a legacy. He's put his name on a lot of things. He's got kids. He's been successful that way. Now I think he wants to make a mark in America, and I think that's what Elon Musk was saying. He was being completely serious. I know he's a memer, of course, but he said he really wants to see a difference, and I want to join him in that difference. Again, 2 mega billionaires, one the richest man of the world, one the most powerful man in the world, and you tell me that they can't impact a major change for the good of America? Man, I think that's why so many people are pushing against them. Now let's talk about these new details and the second attempt. So on the second attempt, now the thing about, the thing I think I find most surprising is they said that this was unplanned golf. I want you to listen to what I just said. They said it was unplanned. That it was not on the public schedule. It was not known. So he just wanted to stop in and play some golf. Unplanned. So how did it get leaked, and how did that guy just all of a sudden know that Trump was going to be there? Now, that's a big deal, people. Not only that, both of these guys, the first one and the second one, have random ties to propaganda pieces on the left. They have random ties to being in commercials for propaganda for the left. For the Ukrainian war, for this one, and for the first one, a BlackRock commercial. Now, unlike most people, what is there, 350 million in America? Why would 2 people who randomly are in a government-associated propaganda happen to be the 2 that go towards an attempt on the president's life? Is that just a major coincidence? I mean, it's kind of like the surveys, when they say, well, survey shows that Kamala's winning. And for the most part, I've never seen or talked to anybody, and I literally film every day to 40, 50, 60,000 people that watch. I've never had anybody say, yeah, I was part of that poll. I actually was polled. So it's kind of one of those situations where they're polling a lot of people, but for some reason, the majority of people are not polled. It's just a certain group of individuals. Okay, so now back to these commercials. I don't know about you, but 350 million people in America, how is it so coincidental? I mean, the chances have got to be literally in the 1,000ths or 1,000,000th that these 2 random folks just happen to be picked to be in commercials that target right, and it's for the left. Do we not find this a little weird? Now, the guy's son came out and he basically dogged out Trump while he was defending his father. So is this something, again, where the news media and all these people, their tone, their rhetoric, the politicians' rhetoric, and here we go. Again, once again, there's a threat on his life. All because the left and the rhinos and the media won't shut their mouth doing the rhetoric spin to where then everybody gets programmed. Was this some guy who was part of the inside? Maybe not. But they program these people to believe this insanity and this foolishness because of the rhetoric that we're spewing each and every day in our world. I mean, it's prime example. Not only that, this guy went to Ukraine and tried to help serve. But think about this. He went over to Ukraine, begged for money and support, and basically wanted to do anything and everything to support the Ukrainian cause, to fight the war over there. To then come back here after being trained and helping over there, allegedly, comes back here to be targeting our former president. I guess I need help there. Help me. Maybe I'm just too foolish. Maybe I'm too much of an idiot to understand. But this is just way too many coincidences with these two guys, and with the fact that the former president did not even have this on his schedule. He didn't have it on his schedule, and all of a sudden you're telling me that the guy just happened to be following him all the way around and the Secret Service didn't catch it? Boy, we need to get rid of the Secret Service for sure. Because there's someone in there who is feeding some bad information to people that don't like Trump. You cannot tell me this is just a coincidence. Come on. Now here's the game changer. Ron DeSantis. He's come out and he said, I'm taking over the investigation. I'm going to do my own so the people know. Ron DeSantis, no matter what, he is very good legal mind. He sucks at marketing and politics. I'll be honest with you. I like Ron DeSantis, but he's not a marketer. He's very awkward in public, you know, that kind of thing. One thing he's got going for him, he's brilliant. And right here, this is where he can shine. This is where he can turn to be a game changer. And again, what did I say a few weeks ago? We saw Kennedy, we saw Gabbard, we saw those kind of individuals pulling towards Trump. And I said he needs to grab Ron DeSantis and they need to do more together. He's got Vivek, yes, he's got J.D. Vance. He needs another good conservative firebrand. Look no further than Ron DeSantis. That was a few weeks ago. This is where, right now, Trump and DeSantis could stand together, and I'm talking about coalesce the conservatives together. Because Ron DeSantis could come and not be like all these other political hacks, and he could come in and say, this is what we're going to find out, and this is what we're going to tell the American people, because here's the truth. That is a game changer. Now, today's video is a lot. I mean, there's a lot here. A whistleblower, a second attempt, and now you see truly polarization of our nation. You see the fact that people are taking up for the guy. You see the fact that this is the world that we're building because of the media and this uniparty that's trying to push against a populist candidate. Now here's what you do about it. First of all, you pray. You try to find guidance and seek wisdom. Secondly, you go out there and you vote. You make sure other people are voting. Because if they are going to cheat or they're going to try to step in and do something, you've got to be bigger than that. So meaning if they can sway 20, 30, 40, 50,000 votes, we need to pull an extra 300, 400,000 in where it won't matter. That's what we need. So it's time for us to be proactive instead of reactive. I'm tired of seeing Republicans grandstand and tell me what they're going to do, and they start just talking. I don't want to see that anymore. Let's start walking it. Start having some backbone as conservatives. And as Christ followers, get in the fight and say, you know what? I'm willing to stand up because I see that this is a moral ground that we need to stand on, and we want freedom to keep doing what we're doing and serving our God. Some big stories here. Pay attention to these stories because they're huge and we need to focus on them. And I'll be honest with you, there's some tough times coming, and I'm not sure if these September, October surprises, the Black Swan events, are not going to keep on happening. There's a lot of time before November 5th. And then guess what? The left's throwing out that day anyway. It's going to take months to figure out who the winner is. There's a lot of time left for a lot of things to happen. Pay attention, be wise, love your family, and ultimately seek Christ and find wisdom. Guys, thank you for watching. God bless.